Hey everybody, it's Angie and welcome to Hot and Flashy. I can't even begin to tell you how excited I am about today's video. This is like a dream come true for me. I've been waiting to tell you about this little secret I've been keeping for a little while, and today's the day that I finally get to tell you about the product that I've been designing. And I gotta say, when I was approached by this company to do a collab with them, I jumped at the chance because they're a company that you guys trust. They're a company that I trust. They're a company that makes some of our favorite beauty products. And so when they gave me the opportunity to design a product that if I could do whatever I wanted, I thought, oh my gosh, this is a perfect opportunity for me to make something that's inspired by you. So today I am so proud and so thrilled and just so tickled pink and beside myself with excitement to be able to introduce to you my first product launch. It is a set of brushes, and these are a collab between myself and BK Beauty. So it actually says BK X Angie Hot&Flashy right there on the handles. Given the chance to work with a company to design my own product, I really wanted to do something special for my audience, for you guys, for me, for mature women everywhere, because I feel like, and I know you guys feel this way too, I feel like we're kind of the lost demographic, We want to look beautiful, we want products to work for us, but as we all know, most of the products in the beauty space are geared towards much, much younger people. And brushes for me were one of the hardest spots to find something that was really good, that really worked for mature skin, that really took my needs into account. And there were a lot of holes in my brush collection where I couldn't find the exact perfect brush. Trying to find the perfect brushes for doing my eyeshadow was really, really difficult. Trying to find the perfect brushes for putting on my concealer was really, really difficult. And trying to find the perfect brush for putting on my blush was also really, really difficult. So those were the brushes that I concentrated on in coming up with this set. So let me introduce it to you. So this is the BK Beauty X Angie Hot&Flashy brush set. It contains 7 brushes. It's 5 eyeshadow brushes and 2 face brushes. And I love them all so much. They all have been game changers in how I can apply my eyeshadow and how I can apply my under eye concealer and my blush. But all of these brushes are multitaskers. When I say that I designed them with you guys in mind, I had kind of 2 different kinds of women in mind. All right, so there is the kind of mature woman who really doesn't wear much makeup. And so my first thought was I want to make a starter set for mature women who are new to makeup, who had given up on makeup, but now they're coming to YouTube and they're seeing that makeup can really enhance your beauty even once you're more mature. You don't have to just walk away from makeup when you're more mature. So I felt like I wanted to design a set of brushes for that woman, that it would be simple and easy to use, and it would help you get your makeup on better so that you would continue to want to use makeup and to explore using makeup. But I also didn't want it to be limiting for those of you who love makeup. You already have the skills, but some of the tools that you're using may not be perfect for your age. So I made these brushes specifically so that it could be a basic starter set for women who are new to makeup, but it would also carry you through to improving your skills, or it could be a great advanced set for those of you who are really good already at makeup, but maybe just didn't have the perfect tools to use. So today I get to tell you about them, but today is not the official launch day. The official launch day is in 2 days on Thursday, September 23rd. So you'll be able to purchase the entire set as a bundle. It's $125 for 7 brushes. So I think if you look at the per brush price, that's actually a really, really good value. Of course, I do have my 10% off code with BK Beauty. So apply Angie10 at checkout and you'll get 10% off on the brush set. All orders qualify for free US shipping. And they also donate 10% of all the profits to the kindness campaign. You won't officially be able to purchase until Thursday, but we are taking pre-orders on the set today. So if you want to pre-order your set, you can use the link and go over to BK Beauty today on Tuesday the 21st, and you can pre-order your set so that if you pre-order, your brushes will ship out first thing on Thursday as soon as the site goes live. So I'll put a link to BK Beauty. You'll click the link and you'll go over there and it will be my page at BK Beauty featuring my brushes, and you'll be able to read more about the story there. So if you're not familiar with BK Beauty is a line of makeup brushes and also makeup that was developed by a friend of mine here on YouTube, Lisa J at Lisa J Makeup. And Lisa used to be a professional makeup artist. She was a MAC trainer. And so when she developed her line of brushes, the original BK line, which you guys have seen me using for a couple of years now, some of their brushes are my all-time favorite brushes. But when Lisa decided to launch her line of brushes, she wanted them to be professional quality brushes, but not at a professional quality price. So the pricing on these is really good. The quality on these is unbelievable. For as long as I've been using these brushes, I don't remember ever having a single brush fiber shed. Like, they are so solidly made, so beautifully made. Everything about them is so gorgeous. They're so soft and so just scrumptious. I just love them. And so when she approached me about doing a brush collab with them, I knew that the quality was there. I knew that the dedication to customer service was there. I knew that, you know, it would just be a perfect experience. And of course it has been. I am so proud of these brushes. I am so happy that I was able to work with BK on them. And I just can't believe that I get to finally introduce my babies to you. So one of the main things that I wanted for all my brushes was that all the fibers had to be super soft and super gentle on the skin so that they wouldn't tug at your skin, because you guys know the older the skin is, the looser it gets, the more your brushes tend to tug at it. And what does that do? It creates more wrinkles, which is what we don't want. So the fibers on every single one of these brushes is just beautifully soft. Then the other thing is I worked really hard on the individual shapes of each brush head. They need to be fluffy so they almost do the blending for you, but they also need to be tight size-wise, because a lot of times you don't have a lot of real estate, especially on your eyelid, to work with or at the inner corner. And so you need a smaller brush head that's going to get in there, that's going to get underneath that fold of skin, that's only going to put the makeup where you want it. I also wanted them to look elegant and beautiful and be things that you were proud to use and that you were proud to have on your makeup table or in your cup of brushes. Oh, the other thing that I did is I had all the brush handles made a little bit longer so that when they're standing in your cup next to other makeup brushes, they're a little bit taller. So they're easier for you to find. Say you don't have your glasses on yet, right? Because you're doing your makeup. You need to be able to quickly reach over and find the brush that you're looking for. So I had them made just a little bit taller so you could find them a little bit easier. And I wanted the color to be subtle but beautiful. And you guys know how much I love black and gray and white. So I thought that they would just be so super elegant in this gorgeous gray color. It has a high sheen to it, almost like a piano finish, but it also has just the slightest hint of shimmer to it, which I love because I feel like that's kind of how I love my eyeshadow to be. You know, I love cool tones, I love gray tones, but I do like that slight hint of a shimmer. I think it just reflects light so beautifully. So anyway, instead of talking about them as a group, let's talk about them as individuals. Let me start in with the brush that I am the most excited about in the entire collection, even though I love every single one of them. So this one is called the A506, and this is your concealer brush. Now, does this shape look familiar to any of you guys? Yes, it does look oddly like the BK 101. Now, you guys know that the BK 101 is hands down my all-time favorite BK brush. Much like with the concealer brush, I had never met a foundation brush that I liked at all over 7 years of trying foundation brushes until I met this one. Then that was it. This is the only foundation brush I will use now, and it is perfection. So I said to Lisa, what do you think about shrinking that down and making it into a concealer brush? And she was like, oh my gosh, Why didn't I think of that? So we gave it a go. And oh my gosh, if this brush is not just the perfect fit right in the under eye area, it just puts on your under eye concealer so beautifully, blends it so seamlessly. You guys, you are gonna love this brush. This brush is like the game changer brush of the entire collection. This is such a special brush. I mean, obviously you can use it for just under eye concealer, but you can use it for concealer all over your face. I've used it like down my nose. The longer fibers here get into the little nasal labial folds really perfectly for doing extra concealer in there. If you want to put on your bronzer or your contour with this, this is a perfect contour brush. I just love it so much. There's so many different ways that you can use it. So the way I numbered them is I went with an A for Angie numbering system, and then the next numbers are 50 because of course we're generally over 50 is my mature audience that I gear everything towards. So I went with A50 as the beginning of the numbering system, and then they're just numbered simply numbers 1 through 7. So the first 5 numbers cover the eyeshadow brush collection. So these are A501 through A505, and I numbered them that way because it tells you what order to use them in. I get so many questions from people who are saying, what brush did you use with that? And why did you use this brush in this order? And so I thought, well, why don't I just number the brushes so that all you have to do is start with number 1 and work your way through to number 5 to do your eyeshadow. So let's talk about the A501 first. This one is your lid shader. The head is a little bit taller than most lid shaders, but it's not as wide and it's also not as thick. So what I find with the lid shaders that are shorter and more compact is that they really do kind of tug on your eyelid a little bit when you're applying your lid shader, because most of us will dip into the palette and then just kind of do a rainbow motion across the eye. And you'll notice with other brushes where it's stiffer and shorter that it really drags the skin of the eye back and forth. And with this one, because it's so much softer and so much fluffier, it doesn't tug at the skin as much. Now, I mean, obviously you can take any brush and, really dig it in there and move your skin around. But I find if you hold the brushes from the end so that you have a lighter touch, you'll get much, much less drag, especially with these longer hairs. But they're not so fluffy that it doesn't pick up any product. It picks up the eyeshadows and the pigments just right, lays them down just right without too much tugging. So that is the A501. Then the next brush is the A502. And this one was modeled after a brush that we had, that we all loved, that was the perfect crease brush for mature eyes. And that brush was discontinued a few years ago. And since then, I have been searching high and low for the replacement brush, and I have never been able to find it. And I think some of you know which brush I'm talking about, but guess what? Here is the replacement brush. So what I love about this brush so much is, number 1, those soft fibers. But number 2 is that most of the crease brushes that you'll get, the brush head will flare out and then almost be kind of flat across the top. And when you have more mature eyes with a hooded or sagging lid, you really need to get underneath that sagging skin to apply your crease color deep in the crease, but you also need it to blend up higher than younger people do. So with this brush, where the head is slightly tapered at the end, you get the eyeshadow here on the tip of the brush, and then you can put the tip way deep in the crease and you can just work it in little circles, and the flared outer edge starts blending the color so that you never have a harsh line. Then the A503 brush is a brush that I had intended to never really dip into eyeshadow. When I do my eyeshadow tutorials, I always have a clean, fluffy blending brush that I use just to blend everything together, and that's what this brush was designed to be. So the head on this one is much bigger. It's about twice the size as the head on the A502, and that's because it is supposed to really diffuse out the eyeshadow, really give you that beautiful, seamless blend. It's also a multitasker though, because you can put on eyeshadow with it if you have like a light enough color. You can just dip this one in, use it in your hood if you're gonna do like a simple 2-color eyeshadow, and it's perfect for that. So then you would move on to your A504. This one is for smoking out the outer corner. So this is the brush that you're going to use really, really deep in the crease and at the outer corner to really get some depth going. That's going to really make your eyes pop. It's pretty much the same shape, but now in a really mini size. There aren't many brushes that are this small, but also this soft and with this shape. If you guys have watched my eyeshadow tutorials, you know that I like to apply my darkest color and make like a little wedge at the outer corner, so it kind of sets up my eyeliner to be a little wing. It helps to lift up the outer corner of my eye, and this is the perfect brush for doing that. And again, because of the shape of the head and the softness of the head, it starts doing all the blending for me already. I know I've said that I love every brush, but I love this one so much. This is the A505. This brush is different from all the other ones because this one is stiff. This one is meant to lay down shimmer shadows or highlight shadows. I don't want people to be afraid of shimmers. I don't want you to think that you can't use them. My advice about using them is just to keep them on the movable part of your lid. And the thing about shimmer is that if you use a standard fluffy brush, you're going to spread the shimmery parts way further than you want them if you use a fluffy brush. The A505 is for shimmer because it keeps the shimmer exactly where you want it. This one is super stiff and it's super flat. Look at it this way. It's so flat, and that's what gives you that perfect shimmer application, and it keeps it so that it's just on the lower part of your eye. If you like a lip brush, this can double as a lip brush, so that's a great one. So that's the little collection of 5, and you would use them in order from 1 to 5. All right, moving on to the last brush in the collection. This is the A507 brush. This is a blush brush, and I love this brush so much. It's such a beauty. It's just gorgeous. And what I love about this is just how soft and diffused it will apply your blush. For some reason, the conventional wisdom on blush is to smile and apply the blush to the apples of your cheeks. And I have found this to be completely backwards for mature women. So the way I apply my blush is kind of the opposite of the way they tell you. I start high on my cheekbone and I bring it forward because I want to accentuate my cheekbone. I want to lift everything. The whole goal with more mature makeup is to create a lift. You want to create a lift with your contour, you want to create a lift with your blush, with your highlighter, with your eyeshadow, and a brush that's this shape is just so perfect at doing that. You can use this brush to apply powder blush, or you can use it to blend out liquid blush. It works perfectly with both, and again, because the fibers are so soft, they won't prickle you, they won't give you a harsh line of blush, they will just blend your makeup out so beautifully and so seamlessly. So that is the entire 7-piece brush set. Even though I developed these specifically with the needs of a more mature person in mind, that doesn't mean that younger people can't use them. I think they are perfect for people of any age to use, especially if you have a smaller eyelid. You know, anyone who uses under eye concealer can definitely benefit from the under eye concealer brush. It's just such a beautiful, complete, and comprehensive collection. I think people of any age could use it. I hope you'll be able to join me back here on launch day, which is Thursday, September 23rd, where I'll be doing a video tutorial using all the brushes. I'm going to start out doing a very simple day eye look with some concealer, some blush. You are out the door. And then I'm going to show you how to amp it up for a smoky eye or a night look or a special occasion look using the A504 and the A505 brushes. Lisa is going to be doing a tutorial on her channel tomorrow on Wednesday the 22nd, so be sure to go over to Lisa's channel, check out her video, give it some love, and you will also be able to pre-order from her site. And then Thursday I'll be back with the demonstration and the tutorial showing you all the brushes in action. That's when the launch will be live. Mark your calendars for Thursday. You can also go and pre-order the brushes today. If you use the link in the info box below the video, you can hop over and pre-order. And I just hope that you love them as much as I do. And so it has just been such an honor, such a pleasure, such a great experience working with BK and developing these brushes. And I am just so very proud of them. And I'm always have you guys to thank above and beyond anyone or anything else. It's really you guys who have enabled me to be able to be in a position to do something like this. So thank you so much, everybody. So that is it for today's video, everybody. If you enjoyed it, found it helpful and informative, go ahead and give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. As always, I thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate your watching. Have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.